Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Hof Bergmann experiment. We're going to go around, and tonight we are going to try out these animals. Goal is to try to buy animals in all the different areas and get them all up and running with their food requirements, and basically explore what kind of foods each need and such forth. We've got Papa Bear in voice chat once again with me. Thanks for coming out here, Papa Bear, and helping maybe us explain things that we can't quite figure out.
Let's break the map together.
And I could do tomorrow. Maybe we could do a local multiplayer session and do that.
I have to see if I have time. I can do that.
Yeah, we could do that if you're free. Take a look, guys. We are hauling chickens and ducks in the Fleagle animal trailer. This is the Farmer Andy animal trailer. We were discussing before the stream as to if this is an updated trailer or not, and discussing as to if maybe you need to prepare the map to transport chickens or not. But basically, we all know that you can't haul chickens typically in the in-game animal trailers, but you can see clearly we have a whole host of chickens and ducks in here. We're going to click galore, unload these things. Hey, Elon, Dana, DB, Chad, Will, John, on in iAgriculture TV. How's everybody doing? If I missed somebody, sorry about that. I've been waiting all day. Well, here we are. Lee Cow Chad, thanks for the super chat there. This is going to take forever. Actually, I have no idea how many chickens and ducks this area holds. I just kind of filled the trailer up. Apparently we can... There we go. Let's see how many we got. 21 white ducks, 20 chickens. Holy cow, that's a lot. 23 brown ducks. 17. Okay, so let's see here. All of these take wheat, barley, or corn, as well as water. All produce eggs. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. they're all waddling in a row here. Guess we have well, I guess there's no fence here, so yeah, they just kind of wander around.
Yes, that's what many people wanted, so Andy opened up the fence and those things can walk around and stay peace.
Wandering ducks. Got a...
I hope you're a nice farmer and gave them a little pond.
Oh, a little pond?
Yeah, from the shop. The little pool thingy for the ducks.
Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. Gotta go feed them first. We don't start out with any forks, do we? Skid steer. Our bag lifter. Fun. I'm gonna use this Kramer. Kramer to work with the bag lifter.
Sure. You just have to take the implement with the bags. Normally the bag lift is for every vehicle that you can use.
Alright, let's go try to figure out where this bag lifter is. So the exciting news, everybody, is that there's been a little change of plan in that the base map, as I understand it, will be released on Saturday. Is that correct? That won't include the extra stuff. Is that right?
So at the moment it looks like, because Giants made that big fuss, Andy actually talked with the lawyer. So at the moment the plan is that on Saturday the supporter's gonna get the map, and a few days later the map is gonna be released with everything to everyone.
Oh, okay.
The only thing why Andy is doing that is because he wants to wait what his lawyer is saying about it. And if he gets an answer sooner, then the release date will be on the same day with everything for everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I put a little post in the Discord. Just right around lunch related to that. The information as I understood it. Big bummer. But I mean, like I said last night, the only thing I hope is that they do something a bit more fair, with respect to other folks that are kind of doing the same thing. Let me see.
That's the thing, because and Andy now was reading everything related to it. Giants is saying that you can't do that because they have it on their website. According to German law, it has to be in their notes when you install the program. The notes when you install Giants Editor doesn't say anything about it. What the notes say is that basically if you make a mod, everyone can use it and Giants can sell it if they want to. So basically nobody that ever made a mod has a right on the mod anymore. Everyone can use it, everyone can do with it what he wants to build a new mod out of UMod. And then according to German law, that's something that is not allowed. And the other thing is, those notes before you install Giants Editor, they are just available in English. So for a German user like Farmer Andy, they are not readable. And again, to German law, if he can't read it, he's not agreeing to anything.
Oh, so they need to be those terms and conditions when you install the application. Really should be language. Language.
They have to be in the language the program is used in.
Yeah, yeah, language. So they're saying your volume is low. I've got you turned up as high as I can, but you could boost volume on your side.
Let me see. That's
Yes, Caleb, you saw ducks. Ducks are a thing. Ducks and chickens. Let's go some more grain for the pig or for the ducks and chickens. I don't know if a duck would make a very good pet. Maybe for outside. Hey, Solid Rizzo, what's up? Let's do. Let's do this.
So basically, it will be interesting to see what's gonna happen
Oh,
because
there you louder.
basically what Andy is doing is he's challenging Giants now to do something against him releasing the mod for supporters first, and then a few days later for everyone else, just to see if Giants can clarify who has the right on a mod and what's going on with the mods. Because, like you said, some people are uploading it to websites with commercials, to websites where you have to pay for a download, and Giants is not saying anything. And then on the other hand, Giants is going around and telling some people they can't do what they are doing. There must be a clear way for Giants to say that's what we want, that's what we don't want, and everyone has to follow the same rules.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of folks, and I won't mention anybody, but there's lots of modding groups out there that use Patreon and other such methods to do, early access to things. And sometimes with the statement that that they'll be released after beta testing. Sometimes that release doesn't come in very timely of a manner, or some cases at all. So this duck and chicken thing, I figured out you had to put the bag on top of that rack. I bring a trailer in here. You have to feed it out of that bag.
So there's two options. You feed it out of the bag, like you just did, or you drive in here and you can tip it on the inside into the thing.
Okay, I'll try tip side.
It depends on how far Giants did the trigger on the trailer to the bag. By some trailers, it works that it detects the trigger on that little thingy here. By some, it doesn't. By some, you have to actually drive inside or use a shovel to get inside. Besides, we all just want you to try to get in there and get stuck so that we have something to laugh about. You know what you're doing wrong, Mr. Klein?
Oh, what's that?
That's why you have the gator with the little trailer behind it, that it's easier.
Yes, I know.
But you want to play with the big toys, we understand.
I want to make it difficult. Apparently, I got to get further in there than that. Guess I'll have to use that little thing.
Isn't it sweet, that little thing?
Let's go find some water. Ah, I know where the water is. It's up here somewhere.
The water is to your right. And then to your left up that little thingy, there you see the water symbol.
Yep, we got her. That's right. I got in the building. It's now, in 17 he had the he had a little scaled down tractor,
Correct, and
little scaled down implements.
that's what that thing is now for.
Water.
So what do you think? How long will it take that someone steals the animals out of the map?
Oh, so there's been chat in our Discord related, and this was before. This was probably way back when we saw some of preview streams for different animals as to how they were added in. General thought process is they're just animated i3 files or whatever, place or add. Now,
Yeah, basically the same like every other animal on the map that Giants made. It's a i3D with a skeleton that has an animation on it to move. So that's about a month of work to get every one of them animated the same way Giants has their stuff animated.
let's see. We can back this trailer in as good as we backed the.
See,
Probably not.
he just thought about you because you love your gator so much. He made you some implements that you can use it more.
Actually, I haven't used the gator at all because the base gator is so slow. It's the Mahindra a lot because it's like 60 miles an hour. This one's not bad. It goes 40. It's managed.
Yeah, well, that's exactly the problem. Many of the things Farmer Andy is complaining about is not because somebody used his stuff, it's because they never asked, or they are building it in with errors, or that the textures are messed up. And then people are coming back to Andy saying, we need support for this. It's on this and this map. And Andy is like, that's not even my map. I didn't even know it was on that map. Why should I give support for it?
Go on the inside there by the chute.
Exactly. Everything on here is pretty much easy to explain. it's everything is built that it's mostly realistic. So if you see a trough or something, that's where the trigger should be.
Yeah, I saw the water on the ground next to a little the plastic container, and I'm like, well, that's probably the water. Then I saw the rack, the little chute. Figured, you know what? The let's try to put the let's show off the. Try to. I was like, let's try to put the bag there, and they took it. Uh-oh.
So farmer beavers, it's not really theft prevention. That's the smallest problem. In 17, the problem was that the map was uploaded somewhere else, what already shouldn't happen. But then the people that uploaded it uploaded the wrong vehicle pack, the wrong script, stuff like that, that was updated with the wrong version of the map, and that caused more trouble in the support area. So that's why Farmer Andy is putting it out as a support first, so that he knows basically the main errors that could happen. Like we found out today that the vehicle extension AI is not working and that Carbohead mod is for some reason messing up things. And that's is things that he knows then. So if the big mass on people gets the map, it's easy to explain in support, because if we see the log and we see those two mods in there, we can just tell the person, take those two mods out and we are good.
Yeah, that's one of the when I talk about why I don't like certain sites, or well, not certain sites, links that are clearly posted by bots or reposters, or that
Exactly, bro.
that the different versions aren't properly. Those sites don't properly track the different versions of a map, let's say, or a mod. So someone might come across three different versions of the map on one site. They may download the version that is an old version, and newer version is fixed whatever the issue that they have, but they don't know that, and therefore they have problems, and then think the map is no good or the modder is no good, when in reality it's issue's been corrected, but there's no support. Or they post a question on that site, but of course the modder never goes there because the modder never put it there. Therefore, they think, oh, the modder never answers any of my questions. Asking questions.
So to answer your question from previous, that with the lawyer is not because he has a problem with what's happening. It's because what should you do if a employer from Giants that has no rank by Giants? It's not um, a support or not a PR, nothing from that. It's just a random Giants employee that took it on himself, writing a nasty email without facts or law. So the only thing that is open for you is to ask a lawyer, what should I do? Because you won't get an answer from Giants if you write one of the real supporters or even the other team-based members from Giants that have a rank. They won't give you an answer. They don't even give you an answer if you have a normal question. The only thing you can do is secure yourself that you know what's going on. It's not against the users or anyone. It's just to know the basic law behind what Giants wants, to understand their thinking. basically.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea to consult the expert to understand what are you legally really bound to do based
There's
on whatever.
the thing with the expert, you have two options. He's gonna tell you from the start when he reads all the documents that all is not correct what Giants is doing, so you don't have to worry. Or he's gonna tell you, I'm gonna contact Giants and ask them for a statement, and there will be a different response from Giants if a lawyer is writing them and saying, "Hey, I need an answer. I want to know what you want." Because then there's not the option for Giants to say, "Well, we don't care. We just won't answer," because that's a binding thing if a lawyer writes you.
Yeah, I mean, well, if the lawyer writes Giants, then a Giants lawyer will write back.
Yeah,
If a modder writes Giants, Giants lawyer is not write back because anything a lawyer writes is billable. So I'm not going to waste a billable charge person, an individual. All right, so that's that. Let's go get some critters.
because why should you keep up messing with people from Giants if Giants doesn't talk with each other? The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, and nobody really has the answer. And for the other thing, you have to see German law is a little bit different than in the US or wherever you come from. In Germany, most companies have that thing that they are not very user friendly. They won't answer you as a single person. But if a lawyer writes them, they have a binding agreement that they have to answer and make a statement about what's going on. So if you are a person like Verma Andy that's making a lot of mods since many years, you need some kind of agreement that you know what's going on, that you don't bring yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in.
That's funny. It's like it's legal to provide bad customer service in Germany.
Yeah, basically it is.
Hey, Kiwi Rock. Yes, it has production. Well, yeah, it
It
has
has cheese and
production.
butter.
Yep. Make cheese, butter. You can make pig food, TMR, compost. It's got added. What's that? Grain, milled grain. Hey, Darren. Yeah, that was Chad. Chad, I think Chad had a comment earlier. He was trying to do a donation with the stream link. I told him that stream link is nothing I put there. That stream link was something that put there by Streamlabs, which I use on-screen chat and stuff. That RAM, we just got a RAM just for the funsies. Yeah, we're gonna have to haul the butter machine back to the farm here at some point. Make cheese, butter. There's extra animals, extra critters. Yeah, the 17 version, the map went through lots of iterations. And, you know, every single iteration got scraped and reposted to dozens of sites within moments of it being released. And for months, people could be downloading the wrong version. Or, you know, like sometimes when Giants updates the game, then you update the map, and then the map doesn't work. The old version of the map doesn't work with the new version of the game, but still that old version's lying around all over the place. Same, you know, old versions of the vehicle pack. Get the map without the vehicle pack, and then complain that there's no way to get butter out of the butter machine or whatever. It's like that's why I really encourage folks go where go where I link you to go to get the map or get the mod, because I know that's going to be current.
And TV Rob, no, you don't really need a lot of mods from different sites. The only site you need is the LS Farming site to download the map. And Andy is still thinking about if he's gonna put the map and the vehicles in one download. But that depends on how it looks. If the people understand that they have to unpack it and put it both in their folder. If there's too many problems with that, he's gonna upload both separately, that you have to download the vehicle pack and the map separately. But that's just the two things you have to download then. Everything else is basically giant standard scripts with something added or changed by IFCO in the map folder itself. So nothing you have to download for it.
Yeah, the copy I got was a RAR file that had 2 folders in it. Had the vehicles and had the map folder. In the vehicles folder, there were a whole bunch of individual zips. And in the mods folder was, or the maps folder, there was the map and then the Veil pack.
That's how it's planned to be released. And what Will said, just name it unzip. Believe me, people are resistant.
Let's go get some bales out of the haystack.
Actually, I was moderating the snooze channel today, and I had a guy in there asking over and over where he can get more information. And 4 or 5 times I posted the website link and told him that if he needs any information, he can find it there. And he didn't understand till I wrote it in basically baby language. And 10 minutes later, the answer came back from him. Oh, now I understand. I found the information I needed.
Yeah.
And we all were sitting there, snooze streaming. She started laughing and just said, "You didn't just do that." And I said, "I didn't know what to do anymore. I tried 5 times. And that was just a joke that he now understands. I have no idea." Maybe some people need that.
Well, yeah. I mean, in the world of the globalization that the internet and streaming and YouTube does, it's during any. I mean, yeah, all of her streams are German. So if I watch them, I'm just pretty much like looking at the video and have absolutely zero clue what's being said. And most of the chat is going to be probably in German. So again, it's just going to be like complete guessing. So yeah, got they were typing in English. You don't know if that was their primary language. Typing in German again, that may or may not be their primary language, or they might be using Google Translate to try to interact. Usually, you could probably tell with that because it's in the wrong sentence structure or whatever.
And yes, the site for downloads relating to Farmer Andy, Ifco, and myself is alicefarming-mods.com. You can sell your cheese in the store at the main farm, and in the city you can sell it at the restaurant.
Yeah, let me go over to the cheese fact, or the cheese sell point. I saw this yesterday, but we have grass crop destruction. Giants took that out at one point. It's like, this map definitely has that capability. Always open the lid. Something I always forget. This little lady will sell all of our farm produce.
Willkommen im Hofladen. Was darf sein?
Put it here. The hashed areas. We get money at
Willkommen im Hofladen. Was
between
darf
7 and 8 p.m., right? Alright, let's... Jeeps. It probably grows back, trucking life. Oh, they did? John, I haven't been on Facebook today at all. I decided Facebook's a necessary evil, but really it's not a, definitely nothing I could live without. There was a question in the comments, and I saw it answered, that do the icons go away if you turn them off, and they changed from markers to icons, I guess. That's about all I do too, John. Alright. Critters can we get into next? Let's buy some pigs. And piglets.
So now I'm back. I had to check on my food.
Oh, sharing? Typically, people need to share their food when they... They bring it in.
No problem. If you want a piece of pizza, go ahead.
Oh, pizza's not so fun. There it is. Do the do the do all the cows produce milk, or do the Brahmins not produce milk?
All cows produce milk. The Brahmins just a little bit less, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget to put some pigs in the pig extension that
The
you can check on them if they die.
the breeding pigs.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna do those. Yeah, if we get dead pigs, we're gonna put them in the compost heap.
Just warn your users, they shouldn't be eating when you pick up one of the dead ones. They don't really look too nice.
Uh, they look a little. Um,
They even change a little bit color if you let them lay too long. They get more green.
oh my! Oh, this is fun. Oh, the minds of the crazies.
If we go to crazy mines, you can pick them up with your hands, but you also can use a bale fork and pick them up.
Oh, we don't want to stab a dead critter. All right, I bought breeding pigs, so let's go put them in the breeders, I guess. Yeah, the Skinner. That's Mr. Death Icon. It's this guy right here. Oh, he's cheap. He's only 546. He's only charging 546 now for dead critter. Shortcut. Yes, there's a shortcut. Yeah, so I asked earlier because the compost bunker says it has an input of biomass. So I asked earlier, basically, how do you make biomass, or what is biomass? And basically, think of anything and everything that the old compost master in 17 took. That's what the compost bunker takes. And if you saw earlier in the stream, I dumped 1,000 liters of clover in there, and it immediately transitioned to biomass. So it's kind of like the magic of grass and silage bunker converting over to chaff when you dump in. One of the things that the biomass bunker takes is dead animals. Put your dead critter in your biomass pile, eventually cover and make compost. I don't think there's garbage pickups yet, or if that's even planned. I guess garbage pickups, they were a popular thing in the 17 version, as well as recycling tractor tires and whatnot.
He's working on what you wanted, the liquid mixer basically at the moment. That's something that will come out when there is a bigger update. And then with trash and so on, he has to see how he can build it in a newer, better version, because that's what he always tries to do. Not to recycle stuff, to make it a little bit more appealing to the new game.
Yeah, so that is the liquid fertilized mixing pack that. And yeah, folks, Chad says pumping slurry was fun. Got some breeding pigs. We got 12 breeding pigs in one area. Pig food, soybeans, corn, straw. Pigs die randomly. Or animals just die randomly, right? Or do they die if we don't provide them?
They are dying randomly.
Alright, let's go get 2 more loads of breeders.
Also, one thing that will be done in a later version, that he is thinking about how he can build something to the newer game and graphic, is something where you can mix your own fuel and everything that you need for the tractors.
Oh, fuel. How about mixed fuel?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because in 17 you had that fuel mixer, so something in that direction probably will happen again.
yeah. Like it seems like, and maybe European countries use canola a lot to make biofuel. U.S. it's mostly corn based biofuel. Now there's that def mod that the add blue stuff.
That's something that later on he probably can add to the fuel station if he sees that all arrows are moved out and there's none coming up, because he doesn't like to build stuff in if there could be a possible conflict with anything that somebody puts in there.
Love the animated animals. Healer. Back to decent maps in 17 did that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's the cooking oil diesel.
The difference to 17 with those animals, basically in 17, if you were standing there for a while, you saw a pattern because they was running on a spline. And that won't happen here anymore because they are not running on a spline. They are like the animals in your husbandries. They are running on the same principle. So they are not on a spline, they are just moving freely around.
Oh. Now, one thing that seems to be an annoyance to lots of folks, and they complain. They'll put a comment in about how they don't like the map because the animals freeze, and I don't think they realize that there's a thing with default giants that if you're a certain distance away from the animals, they freeze. And that's like it's like all the animal areas do that. It's not that far away.
Basically, you can prove the problem to everyone. Or you already did, basically. And you was on the main farm and you walked away from your chickens. I don't know if you noticed, but your chickens didn't get that weird dark black like they do on the standard map. Because on the standard map, if you walk away from your chickens so that you can still see them, but they are far enough away that if you take a step back, then they would disappear, and they get like it would be night. They get like a dark shader. So he changed that already on this map, that shader doesn't appear anymore.
Oh. I don't know. I never really paid much chickens. Notice from over here that it looks like the pink pigs were moving.
What's up, Delta? How you doing?
Oh, it's Delta. What's up? Hey, Thomas. Of course, Delta would show up when I'm buying pigs. Oh,
See, there's traffic. There was a car.
yeah, I ran
And
in
see what it did to Farmer Klein.
traffic hit again. Worst drivers in the world. Then they have the
Of course
audacity
they are.
to honk the horn at me.
So before when we was talking, when you was starting to get the map ready and everything, I actually was on the map and testing the trailer you are using at the moment. And I wasn't paying attention because I was talking to you, and one of those cement trucks just catapulted me over the map.
Oh yeah, maybe the collision box on the extended. So when I was testing Emerald Coast in 17, Bill had cranked up the speed of the vehicles, and I was just getting annihilated by traffic on both sides of me, barreling in at like 50 miles an hour and slamming into you. And you get knocked in the other lane, and then somebody come barreling into you the other lane, and it's quite frustrating. Ooh.
One good thing that you probably didn't notice yet is he changed a little bit the numbers of the vehicle spawning, so you won't see a cement truck too often. You see more cars than cement trucks. It doesn't look like a map in production.
Yeah, I haven't been. to notice frequency or lack of different vehicles. I've seen some maps where like the cars will actually stop at an intersection and then move on. Typically they just just keep motoring. Well, white Broncos were they were a popular choice. Hey, Simatic, what's up? Some piglets. Then maybe we'll figure out how to make pig food. We don't have any potatoes. Potatoes. I can buy potatoes from the animal area, right?
Yes, normally every product that you use somewhere you can buy somewhere.
I'll just buy potatoes so then I can make that milled grain. Play with that. Buy potatoes so we can make pig food out of the pig food master mixer. Have all kinds of fun. All of these videos is less testing and more just demonstrating how things work and learning.
That's why I mostly let you do your thing, and just if I see that you can't find a solution, I help you.
These little, oh, look at the little piglets. Ducks seem quite popular in chat. Alright, let's drop these piggies off at the main farm.
So just that everyone knows, the piglets
Oh,
are more like a decoration object. They don't really reproduce or anything, but it just looks nice in the pig pen to have the piglets running around. And later on, Farmer Andy is gonna see if he can do something about it. But at the moment, the giant script doesn't allow any changes to the reproduction.
like for the pigs to grow into piglets convert over to regular pigs at some point.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do, but that didn't work out with the script at the moment. So he still looking into options.
And then, yeah, now there was a map I did a video on earlier this week that had calves, regular cows, but again they were just visual. Calves produced the same amount of milk. They had a lower reproduction rate, but they produced milk just like.
So the piglets basically don't reproduce, but they don't really need a lot of food or anything.
Piggies away. We have Papa Bear in chat with me, American Farmers Gaming. He is a part of the LS Farming Mods team. Little piglet. Making a pig of himself. He's helping explain various things on the map that we can't quite hide. Food and corn and soybeans. Big food gives us 100% effectiveness. Don't have to worry about. Let's go make some pig food. No, it's not my dog.
No, it's my dog that wants pizza. Like he's not fat enough already.
That's funny.
That's another thing that unfortunately had to be taken out. There was the doghouse near the farm, but that thing is bugging into everything. So you basically had the dog in the house and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've
Or
seen.
on the roof.
Saw. Was a dog in Emerald Coast, and I've seen him basically run under the house. Then there's a dog in another map. Meadow Grove. There was a dog. See him running through the bushes.
So one thing you have to do is when it gets night, you have to use the skip night.
Skip night.
Yes, you will like to set up.
Total mixed rations, hay, silage. Over.
Yeah, I have a similar problem with because I put that house down. Mine is not near the house. It's far away or enough away from the house that he doesn't bug into the house or on the roof. But basically because my map is a island, he's slipping down the island cliff. So sometimes you see the dog in the water.
Taking a fly down the cliff.
Yes. Or what happens too is because those ships are driving by, he sometimes is slipping onto the ships.
Oh, it gets around. So now we're going to go talk to the dude. Go in here and talk to Miller. And we can see that doing something. It's counting down.
So he basically gives you or answers you that the production is 100% filled and how many minutes or seconds it's going to take to finish grinding it down, whatever you put in there. And then when it's finished, you can make the decision if you want to unload it into your trailer or if you want to make those big bags.
Not getting just all it says is unload.
Then press unload.
I get not enough space to unload. Oh, there's some bags. Probably because I'm parked here. Yeah, to be parked over here.
There's your bags. Right in front of you.
Yeah, I saw 'em.
Now you just need to use your forklift and load them up.
All unloaded. I could have just come over here and just pulled them out of the pipe too.
Yes. So not the pipe you are standing under now. There's a pipe on the right from where you filled it in. Or on the left from where you filled it in. But normally if you hold the big bag over that trailer, it's gonna open the big bag and fill it over. Yeah, you see the pipe on the building over there?
Yeah.
That's where you
Now,
normally can let it out.
now can I dump? Can I dump the trailer into the pig food mixer?
It should work, yeah.
Getting into there. Not getting into that trailer. What's that?
I'm not sure about grain bags, but normally they should be working like the Giants big bags and stuff. Normally if you drive on it, it should tell you to overload and should empty them out from the ground.
Yeah, got it. Some big bags don't work. But that's
So
whole
normally
grain.
all the big bags from Farmer Andy should be working that way.
Interesting texture. Right, oops. This is based on Felsburn.
The ground map, yes, is firstborn. And all the empty space you see around it will be filled over time with stuff.
Cows. So what I like What I like about this is it's not a straight port from 17 to 19. It's not the same. It's not the same map. It's different.
So that's basically the approach Andy always wants to do. He doesn't want to take a map just over. From 15 to 17, he changed the design. And now again. So that's why it's always taking a little bit longer for him to give out maps, because he's not just porting it over. And it goes, that's okay. That's what you wanted. You wanted the same map. There you go.
You need a belt.
Looks like he moved the trigger up like giants did. So it will probably need a belt or a shovel.
To bring out the magic conveyor belt. I used this on. I did a multiplayer game where I owned the BGA. I used this belt to empty the silage bunker trailer. This belt to basically load into the bunker the digester to sell it.
I'll be right back. The cat wants out.
Oh, the cat. This is basically an edit of the in-game belt, but it's been made to auto-load from the ground. The Delta, turns out that information is old. As the world turns, things change. So the plan now, as I understand it, is on the 25th, Saturday, the map will release to supporters. And then some number of days later, it will release to everybody, the full version. Got a display showing we have 8,000 liters of something. Go in here, we see we have 100% of our whole grain. Now we're going to go get 8,000 liters of potatoes. We're going to make pig food. So here's the site. That's Farmer Andy's site. Any mod that has Farmer Andy's credits as the person who did it will be posted at that site. That's, of course, the only supported location to get the mod from. So that's the site to check for when Hof Bergmann releases. It's being released to supporters to basically beta test and kind of or road test the map and all of these various sundry of extras and add-ons. And then once Farmer Andy and the LS Farming Mods group, which apparently is basically 3 people, once they feel that the map is easily supportable for a large public release, then the plan is to publicly release the full map as you see it here to everyone. So, being a small group of just 3 folks, they don't want to be flooded with thousands of people, potentially having issues. And what he said to me earlier, from what Papa Bear said to me earlier, was that there's some select folks that got press release copies like this one that they've already found out today. There's 2 mods in particular that for some reason don't like um don't like this map. One of them is the cowboy hat. Just throws a bunch of errors stuff. Cowboy hat is an issue, and something else that was an issue was the guidance steering. Apparently, was throwing errors, and the thought process on the guidance steering was that it was throwing errors because technically all of the production things that you're seeing me go into are set up as vehicles. And of course, guidance steering is a mod that affects vehicles. So it must, there probably needs to be something done to make the two work. There's not a lot of time to figure that out. So it's important to know from a support's perspective that, if someone's having a lot of problems, then it's like, are you using guidance steering? Yes. All right, take that out because there's an issue. Delta gets happy. Does. He gets a little over happy.
So to put that all in perspective, basically LS farming is if Conato that makes the scripts and does a little bit testing on the side when he does his scripts, then it's me making maps and testing on the side. Farmer Andy, when he builds something, he tests it. And then Snoo, that's basically a female version of you, that tests it while she's streaming it. And that's basically the team. There's not more.
Hey, David, what's up? So yeah, I was basically giving him the rundown of the logic on the early release to the supporters is they're in essence beta testing and helping validate that map is easily supportable for mass, and only through a larger test base do you run across things like, oh, nobody tried this crazy cowboy hat thing. Would have thought that was a problem. Guidance steering, of course, once the map goes public, or you could probably reach out to Wopster and basically say, hey, we're having this issue. Might have as the developer of guidance steering, he probably would have pretty good insight as to what's going on.
Oh, guidance steering is working. What's not working is the AI vehicle extension.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Mowgli, I think.
Oh, okay. So this thing that's, I guess, supposed to be driving the production. It's an air conditioner. Got air conditioner logo or graphics on it.
Yes, the food has to be cool. It says cool, so it has to be cool.
All right. So what we do is we got to do mix. Gotta go add more potatoes, I guess. That goes that. Off to get more potatoes. I'm excited about the bale stacks myself. And would be head over heels when they could be used in other maps. Doesn't look like you could place them. That or I just didn't see them in the store. Let's take a look at that. Placeables. Buy that for the seed mat. Hey, my account, what's up? If there's any questions, put them in chat. I'll try to see it. Papa Bear will try to see it.
Yeah, I'm even answering your Discord.
We want to be responsive. Sometimes in busy chat, sometimes we're busy trying to, oh, thanks, car. Thanks a lot. So the cars do some weird jig thing over here at this intersection. Oh, I've seen that. Take a look at this white car here. See the car do that little jig?
Mm-hmm.
It like feints to the left like it's going to run into you, then it jerks away.
Yes. It's a suicide car.
It is. It totally took me out. And I discovered that I actually have to mix the potatoes and whole grain in a mix ratio. I gotta go back and fix that. Hey, someone, what's up? So there was a general interesting observation made in Discord earlier this morning related to the map, and of course, you know about the work from LS Mod Company, global company. Question: how would global companies' release impact this map, or would things? Basically, the way I understood it is this map, for the most part, doesn't use very many extra scripts. Like most of these, I mean, lots of this production stuff is basically using in-game scripting, existing scripting. Whereas, of course, Global Company is supposed to be the big scripting framework, as I understand it.
So that's another thing. Some of the issues you will find are things we didn't create. It's just what Giants has in their main script. It took IFCO about a week to figure out how to get those productions to run in multiplayer because there was an error in the Giant standard script that he had to override to make it usable in multiplayer, that it would sync between the players.
So David, you make compost. Show you. Right around the corner. Over here you have your farm silo. Then this is the compost bunker. You can see it takes biomass. We added some clover to the bunker and it converted it to this biomass fill type. Then I guess we would blanket it. And it'll turn into compost at some point. You know what the time frame is for the compost conversion?
It's normally pretty fast.
Alright, now we got the right mix. So here, go into this thing, and we can say tip side pipe be this thing. Or tip side pig food silo is that thing right there, because you can see the pipe connecting them. Let's go pig food silo just for funsies. And then we turn it on. Start the engine.
Now he broke it.
Turn it on. And you can see over here our timers, we're counting down from what, 30 seconds? So in 30 seconds we will have, down here we have the fill type of biomass, 60%, 54,000 liters. After 30 seconds we will get pig food.
So because I don't have the game sound turned on, because I'm hearing you in Discord, do you have in the options the automatic motor start turned off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something the people should do, just for the reason like the hay trial takes like 10 minutes or so. So if you don't have that turned on, it will turn off automatically after 5 minutes, and then you have to start back over if you're not standing in it the whole time.
So how long does it take to do pig food?
Just the time it says there. As soon as that's done, it's done.
Oh, because now it says biomass. Pig food.
That's when you had something on the mix not completely correct.
Everything's in green. Mixing rate, the potatoes and the whole wheat, whole grain.
Let me see what it says in the script.
Well, we'll just let that sit for a little bit. And we'll go water. What are our stuff? see if this thing. See if this trigger has water. It's testing it.
So what was the numbers on your pig food? And what you had in there?
So we have 66% potatoes and 33% wheat, milled wheat or whatever, whole grain. We had.
So you basically can save it if you tip in some little bit more potatoes. That's one of the things by Giants. You tip the scale a little bit too much from the mixed ration. The numbers that Giants has in there.
Oh, so even though the thing is green, both indicators are green. What's the percent that it needs?
So the percentage Andy has in there is from 30 to 75 for the potato and sugar beet, and whole grain is from 0 to 40. And let's see.
Yeah, so those should work. We're at 66 and 33. Show they work. They're both green.
Yeah, it can be that it was done the first time, and then when you got back in and turned it back on, it messed it up. You know what I mean? When you had to turn it back on to fill it over because it was turned off for some reason.
Yeah, well, we'll try it again.
There's not much you have to do. You have to just add a little bit more potatoes, then it normally gets it back up.
Try our new fancy slick.
That's why I had to ask him, Will, because yeah, I have a big screen, but I can't make the video full screen or I don't see the chat anymore. So I wasn't sure what his numbers were. But yeah, that's something, like I said, that's because the mixer is basically working on the Giants mixer, or the TMR mixer from Giants, just for pig food now. So sometimes the Giants numbers don't add up to the numbers that actually are added. For some reason, it doesn't like it when you turn it back on.
Yeah, so that's a pig. It's intended to be a pig food mixer. We'll go get a little more taters. See if we can convert it. No, we'll just dump it all in the compost pile at some point.
Yep.
Big deal. And add more money whenever I need it. Little bit of taters, and we'll be right back. Tad's asking if we can spread compost like manure.
Normally, yes. door on the farmhouse is animated, and you can walk through the farmhouse. There's a door on the front and the back.
Oh, Darren. Darren just finished making a anhydrous applicator and got it on the brain. Everything needs anhydrous now. He added, Will added anhydrous as a fill type on Emerald Coast, so now you can actually use anhydrous as an actual fill type.
Thank you, Delta. I didn't want to ask.
Delta. It's it's a form of fertilizer that's usually injected in the ground. I don't really know what the purpose behind.
I searched Google for it. In the Google explanation, it sounded like crystal meth for the field.
It's pretty bad. I mean, yeah, you don't want to be around if it leaks. It's you may see videos where they're basically hauling this giant, what looks like a giant propane tank, wheels. Then there's a big cultivator that's basically has white steam or white vapors coming up out of the ground. Does something to the corn, I guess. Corn. They applied a lot, I think, in the Midwest. But up to this point, if you used an anhydrous mod, basically it took liquid fertilizer and it was basically just as if it was a liquid fertilizer applicator. Oh, I saw it flash. Flash to pig food. Back to biomass. Oh well, we'll make pig food another day.
Maybe Mr. Klein has to use a shovel like everyone else.
Come on. Why do you have to be that way?
See, I told you that's
pipe.
See, I told you that sounds like crystal meth. The anhydrous says of a substance, especially a crystalline.
Oh, look, I'm unloading potatoes. It's unloading the components. Nice. So we have a chance to redo this mix. So we can't. You have to be in the pig food mixer roll. Wait. Are you asking Americans Farmer Gaming if LS Farming mods farming a good site? Of course, it's a good site if I suggest it. All right, so we're back to whole grain. Make sure this thing's turned off. It's turned off. Turn the engine off. Engine's turned off. There's no way this thing's running. Put more potatoes in.
So is the vehicle mixer on when you're doing this?
No, I turned it off.
That could be your problem, that it has to be on. I don't know, I never used the giant standard ones. But I would guess that the standard one is turned on all the time because it's connected to the tractor.
Look at that. Okay, it's on. Engine's running. Get our bucket. Left up here.
Simulator, he's thinking about it. He showed me that you wrote him. Or better, he gave me your email because he needed some help translating.
That
The simulator addict wrote Andy about the mobile cargo to clean the machines.
Oh yeah, the mobile power washer. It's funny. I put potatoes in, but it outputted sugar beets.
It's magic.
Hey Razik, what's up? Hey Grandpa Gaming. Oh, I have whole grain in here now. Got too close to that pipe. Stop overloading. Not enough space. Minecraft. Well, what Will says is if I can break it, I can. If it can be broken, I can figure out how to break it. They have broken the pig feet. The
So I would say, oh, my idea would be that it somehow, with the band that you have there, it's going too fast for the giant script to realize what's going on. Or did you ever try the original TMR mix with a band?
conveyor belt.
Yeah.
I've never used it, sir. Mixer display would work. Okay. Some more. Or let's just. That is the time that it's going to take the mixer to convert to pig food. It's going to take 30 seconds of mixing. Once we have the right ratios. Oh no! Once we have the right ratios to make pig food. Oh, what was what was the occasion that Raz was going pew pew? I could have just bought pig food, yeah. Oh, was he playing division with you?
If it's not working now, then you got the Monday production of the mixer. But you already bought it, so it's yours now. We won't exchange it.
Almost got the right mix.
Maybe you can sell it to American farmer. Lightly used mixer, maybe not working.
Just saying. Oh, now, okay, we got everything green. Let's see what happens. And it's still biomass. Okay. Alright, we'll figure that one out later.
I'm gonna check on it. Got it on my list of things that Farmer Klein broke.
Things that supposedly work. Worked at some point, right? There's a theory I broke it when I blanketed the
Yeah, till you got them.
I blanketed the biomass silo.
Whose bright idea was it to give you the map for testing?
I think you're listening to him. Raw. Oh, it's in the jug outside. How about that? This thing. Hey, McKnight, what's up? Oh, you've been AWOL. Oh, David was he was the guy that made a comment in the video about not being able to do a transaction over there. Now I'm getting it fixed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. Just leaving a mess. Big old mess. Yeah, I could expect. I mean, I guess you were dealing with the estate and all of that jazz. A super chicken. A duck. Or a piglet. Gotta buy a goat. Yeah, I bought goats. Oh yeah, someone can join as a goat. Well, that's different. Oh yeah, we already talked about pig food. I see David saying the link doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, the pig food now looks a lot like it's cornmeal, because pigs take 50% corn in their regular food ratios. See how far this pig. Oh, good. Where do we need like 5 loads of pig food? Play Giants has their food requirements. All right, what we're going to do is we'll get the straw satisfied for the pigs, and then we'll call it a night. Then we'll have to deal with cows and horses tomorrow. Maybe we'll figure out this pig food thing before then. We'll have to mix mixed rations. And we might get on mowing some grass, drying some grass into hay, and playing with clover tomorrow. Any dead animals yet? I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, it hasn't even been a day yet. You guys want me to kill all the critters off? Well, thank you, Chad, for the super chat. Let's do this. Load that. Get our cool little silo tender thing over here. We're going to take this silo hopper and fill one of the silos with pig food. So we have extra pig food. All right. Let's take this over to the fattened area. Rick's asking about system performance in the map, or as performance on lower end specs. Not a good judge of that. Have the lower end specs. Alright, let's see how this hopper cool thing works. Now we pull up to one of these things. Back up until we have the queue. Let's get a little more straight on it. Hit Q. So it connects. And then we hit this left control I. What am I doing wrong? Take this one down to the main farm then and try that. I have to open it. There is no getting in that thing. No getting in it. No opening it. Hey, Nitro Dad. What's up? Oh, did you see the piglets and the ducks and the goats earlier? Got a ram just for funsies. How's the map coming along? So this one has a pig food icon on it. Oh, but it won't let me load in it. Over here. Oh, just woke up. Welcome to, what is it, Friday? Alright, so we back this in here. Hit Q to connect. Oh, look. Next. Oh, I needed to toggle to it. Now that I know that, I'll put the pig food over in the other silo tomorrow. That tomorrow. Forks are over here. Let's take a look at the ducks. There's a duck right there. Waddle, 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 waddle. Maze. Just in case it causes problems. Let's just stay back in bale storage mode. They hate to have a bunch of bales explode everywhere. Let's get our straw out. Bale retrieval mode. Now we have real bales. Now let's see. Oh, that's the bale stack mod. Yes, it is a part of the pack when you download it. Wonder if bales take it. Oh, look at that, fancy. Fancy. Breeding pigs need straw. Now there is a bug in Giant's base game where you lose bale volume if you use an entire bale, but you don't need an entire bale. So, the bale here is 4,000 liters. Look at the piglets here. It's only 1,500 liters of straw. So we lost 2,500 liters of straw as a result of basically doing that. So hopefully they will fix that at some point. Let's do this one. And let's get this. Oh, and I can show you the store. So the map has a custom store, and this is the legitimate store. Down at the store, this is a live camera. Okay, see all the stuff that's sitting there. When we get down there, we'll have all that stuff sitting there. Saw it spawn in, didn't you? Well, that is true Sim-Addict, except it does that with hay bales too.
So I found a problem in your pig food mix.
Is it my problem, or is it
In
a
your
different problem?
No, you have to start the motor first on the pig food mixer. Turn the pig food mixer on and then fill it with the water and then makes pig food. But the motor has to be running and the mixer itself has to be running. It's a two-step process to use it.
So put product in it before you turn it on.
It's not mixing it, so it's just
Turns it into biomass.
correct.
That.
But I tested it on the Giant standard. Same thing happens on the TMR mixer from Giants. If you have it on your tractor, it just gives you out not usable.
Oh,
Or
like
it
you would
doesn't
have.
let you. It doesn't let you fill it.
Well, like I guess were you using like manual attached, so you didn't have the PTO attached or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as you start that product, I think you could even add product when the thing's not hooked up to anything and it turns on.
Yes, but I have one for testing purposes where I turned it off.
There you go, folks.
Basically, I stole the motor out of it. Do you need a motor? I have a used one now.
So that's the gist. Tomorrow we'll do that.
You basically get in it, turn the motor on, turn the mixer on, and then fill in your product and everything's good.
How do you dummy proof?
Put a sticky note on your monitor. Press 2 buttons before you fill it.
If I did it, then there's probably going to be at least 75 other thousands. So as I was saying, Sim-Addict, if you where'd it go? Lost a bale. Where'd it go? So as I was saying, if you feed, like, let's say you feed hay to a hay bale to the horses. Feed 4,000 liters of hay to horses, but they only need 2,000 liters. The bale goes away, but your horses only say they have 2,000 liters. 2,000 liters of your hay just vanishes. See, I've got it in. It's not in autoload mode. See, I got to put it in autoload mode. If I come over here and basically enter it and hit switch to storage mode, then it takes it. Okay, and you can see I'm missing 2 bales over here in the corner. See, I'm missing 2 bales. I used 1. The other one's gone. Vanished. Oh well. These are free bales that came with the map. Alright, Raznik, catch you later. I want to put the straw in for the fattening pigs, and then I'm going to be done too. But
I guess you already figured out that you don't need that machine, that you can just take the bales in like so.
yes,
You know,
except there's a bug in Giants. Big shocker. So here, I took a whole bale, 4,000 liters of straw, into pig area. Pigs used 1,500 liters. The bale vanished. So 2,500 liters of the bale just poof went into no man's land. So if you, that's what I was saying in chat, if you feed a bale, even hay bales, and they need less than the full quantity of the bale, full quantity of the bale vanishes, but only the portion of the bale that was actually needed goes in animal area. Of course, if you blow it in, then only the amount needed goes actually in. I mentioned that to Rack, and I think he said it was going to go in a patch at some point. Okay, guys. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'll put straw on the other one later. Be back on here tomorrow night. Some more Hof Bergmann. We'll mess with the cows and the sheep. Sheep already got. We'll mess with the cows and the horses, and see about getting some of this other stuff up and running. Forward to you guys tomorrow on the eve of the release. If you you and David want to keep typing in chat, that's cool. We'll keep working for it. I'm going to close out for the night. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming by, Papa Bear, and joining me and the rest of the chat. Till next time, happy farming.